Let's just get this over with quickly. I've got a socially distant bukkake at 11. Hi, I'm Reuben Kaye. I'm an actress, a model, and the answer to the question, can I still be a proud boy if I'm covered in last night's shame? I'm a singer, a dancer, and the sample size for childhood trauma. Just think of me as the Marina Abramovich of dick jokes, or a Rilke poem that nobody asked for. But isn't that every Rilke poem? If Google wasn't evil, I'd tell you to Google these references. I'm the Pennywise of comedy, and the Pennywise of childcare. That's a joke. The real Pennywise of childcare is Betsy DeVos. I'm a proud gay man, but I'm also the reason there's a lock on the closet door. I'm also the reason every professional footballer in Australia had to get tested for lice. I'm not saying I'm a slut, but when I douche, I have to use a ladle and a soup tureen. Because I'm a lady. Well, 2020 is moving so fast, even Caitlyn Jenner thinks we should slam on the brakes. 2020 is worse than the contents of Woody Allen's briefcase. Adoption papers and lube. Papa, can you hear me? 2020 is causing more damage than Patrick Swayze's pancreas. I'm not a good person. I never said I was a good person. Well, what happened to the world this week? No! As a wrap-up, the presidential debate. Nope. The vice presidential debate. Nope. Focus on the politics, not the fucking fly. This shit matters more than your meme. Aren't you making one big long meme, Reuben? Shut the fuck up. The Australian federal budget was announced, giving massive, reckless tax cuts to the most wealthy while fucking over the most vulnerable, while also doubling the cost of education and increasing spending on environmental vandalism as conservative politicians accelerate the strip mining of Australia's resources to line their own pockets and pay off their mates. We're killing all the koalas. 0.0385% of the budget goes to helping women. If the federal budget was a human body, that's less than a fingernail. I am woman, hear me roar. No new funding for legal services for First Nations people. No funding for childcare. Nothing to address the continued and ignored deaths of First Nations people while in police custody. So we're fucked. And in the UK, UK government continues to gaslight the general public, blaming them for the second wave as opposed to looking at their pandemic response, which was so half-hearted and shambolic it might as well have been Shane Dawson's apology. Tory treasurer and evil love child of Ichabod Crane and a steak knife, Rishi Sunak, told the entire arts industry to retrain and get new jobs because creative careers are just a hobby. Does this look like a hobby to you, you greasy, stretched-out streak of piss? You're a millionaire who married a billionaire. Something tells me I won't be turning to you for perspective on how to survive a pandemic. I'd rather shit in my hands and clap. Also, the Tories spent £12 billion on a COVID track and trace app that runs on Excel. Well, at least things are better in the US. Trump has COVID. He's given it to everyone in the White House because he's obsessed with strong optics over strong leadership. That tracks. He's asking for the indictment of his opponents, which is very pot calling the kettle black. Except the pot is orange and he's a cunt. Well, at least he didn't get a campaign endorsement from the Taliban or anything. Because that would be ridiculous. We discovered the US has been illegally sterilizing refugees and asylum seekers by force. Turkey has teamed up with Azerbaijan to attack Armenia in a decades-long wholesale genocide that no one is talking about. So now I'm drinking wine. This is a $2 wine/paint stripper, and it's only 1 year old, which is the minimum age setting on Kevin Spacey's Grindr. I was raised in a broken home with too many mirrors, and this is the result. It's not just a charming little red you could serve with crudités at a social gathering. You could also snake a drain with it, or carpet bomb Yemen. Fun! Is it spicy? Why is it spicy? What can I say about this wine that hasn't been scratched into the walls of an insane asylum by an inmate? What can I say about this wine that UNICEF hasn't already released in a statement on genocide? What can I say about this wine that can't be found in the dedication section of Mein Kampf? Yep, that tasted like a hostel mattress. I think I've lost sight in one eye. But that means one less eye that has to see the globalized, deregulated, Murdoch media-sponsored car wreck that is this year. One less eye to see how much unnecessary pain and suffering there is. One less eye to witness hatred and fear overtake rationality, humanity, reason, and love. But one more hole for... Don't worry. Just remember, when drinking, drink responsibly. Which means heavily, but close to a toilet. 2 glasses of this shit and I'll need a doctor. Oh, actually a vet. They have more ketamine. Because if 2020 and conservative governments will fuck me this roughly, at least I'll be dilated. Cheers. I'm doing fine.